Welcome back, everyone, to the second season of Making Waves, the show from the Chicago Maritime Museum all about our city's past, present, and future on the waterways. I'm Madeline Crispell, the museum's curator, and with me, as always, is Sari Breslin, the museum's education director.
Thanks, Madeline. We are so happy to be back. We hope you've been enjoying our first season on YouTube, but we know you've been eagerly awaiting season 2, and we have a very special guest to kick off 2026, the Alderwoman for the 46th Ward, Angela Clay. Elected in April of 2023, Alderwoman Angela Clay took office as the first person of color ever elected 46th Ward alderperson. Alderwoman Clay was born in Uptown, where her Black, Irish, German, and Native American grandparents raised their multiracial, multi-generational family for over 80 years. Angela attended Joseph Brenneman Elementary School, where she currently serves on the local school council. She graduated with honors from the only high school in the 46th Ward, Uplift Community High School, in 2009.
At 19, she became the youngest board president of Voice of the People in Uptown, VOP, a nonprofit with over 51 years of experience protecting and providing affordable housing in the 46th Ward. It was there that she quickly realized the impact that policy has on the quality of life for everyone. Committed to developing policy solutions that would have a positive effect on the lives of neighbors all across the city, she went on to earn a degree from DePaul University in public policy. She then went on to work for the Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago before she was approached by neighbors and pushed to run for her first election in 2019.
Alderwoman Clay welcomed a beautiful baby in 2020 and was one of the first 50 women to give birth in Illinois during the pandemic. During the pandemic, Angela organized mutual aid in the community, ensuring that neighbors from all walks of life had the resources they needed during a moment of crisis, all with a new baby on her hip. She went on to receive 60% of the vote in 2023 and became the co-chair of the Committee on Education and Early Development for Children. Angela has a deep understanding and connection to the diverse communities across the 46th Ward and has dedicated most of her life to fighting alongside neighbors to protect the beautiful melting pot that she and so many neighbors call home.
Alderwoman Clay, we are honored to have you here. Thank you for kicking off our second season.
Madeline, Sari, thank you for having me.
Of course, so awesome.
This is so beautiful.
Well, we had the pleasure of meeting you at a very special gala, Sail Her Dreams.
In your ward.
In your ward at Montrose, in Montrose Harbor. Can you tell us a little bit how you got involved with Sail Her Dreams?
Sail Her Dreams is an amazing opportunity for young women to learn about sailing on one of our best resources on the planet, which is our beautiful lakefront. And it was through there that they reached out and said, hey, we want to get our young ladies connected with the leadership and and it's you. We're going to be here. We would love to have you. And I showed up, as I always do, with my baby on my hip. She's a little heavier now. Just to get exposure into...
She was passing out your cards
She
to everybody.
was definitely number one assistant. I have tried for many years to get her employment, but we're going to get there, okay?
It's an internship at the Maritime Museum.
Yes, okay. Keep that in mind.
There you go.
But yeah, it was an amazing opportunity for our young ladies to see themselves and especially get connected with other resources and opportunities. I feel like the water really does expose you to so many different things in the city. And Sail Her Dreams has done an amazing job doing that for
One
our
of the things we
ladies.
noticed at that gala is all the girls that were, the women that were honored, the diversity was amazing.
Yeah, they did an amazing job with outreach and being intentional about getting our ladies on the water, which was really just, as a mom and as an alderwoman, was like, yes, this is what we're talking about.
Now, Alderwoman Clay, I am a new constituent of yours.
Welcome!
I just moved to the beautiful 46th Ward a couple of weeks ago.
So honored to have you.
Now, we of course have an international reach here at Making Waves, so for our viewers around the world, tell them a little bit about the 46th Ward. We have a map here that shows you where it's at, but tell us a little bit about our greatest ward.
This beautiful map does little justice, but let me tell you about it. It is one of the best communities on the face of the planet. So the 46th Ward spans basically from southern Lakeview East to the northern part of our ward, just past Lawrence. We go from the lakefront all the way down to Clark Street. And within that map that you're looking at, you have people from everywhere, from all over the world. We have over 40 languages spoken in our communities. We have 2 synagogues that are beautiful in our city. We have piping plovers that we'll talk so much about. We have an enormous array of culture. The 46th Ward, I tell everyone, is like a microcosm of the entire world and city. Different nationalities, food, cultures, education. I tell people I've been eating Thai food since I was 2.
Great.
This is the place where you can find arts. We have a very, very rooted history in social justice. And so showing up for our neighbors has been at the core of our foundation as a community. I encourage everybody to come. We are easily accessible via train, via bus, via bike, via car, right off of Lakeshore Drive, and thoroughfares that get you to the rest of the city in no time. So I'm really proud of the 46th Ward, if you can't tell.
Now,
And you have a giant beach.
I have an amazing beach. Do you see that harbor right there?
yes, we have a photo of Montrose Harbor that you can see. It is an extraordinary amount of shoreline for one ward. What was that like growing up? Did you and your family go to the beach when you were a kid?
All the time. The beach is the backyard for us. It is an opportunity to just have a beautiful trip to water, but also community. You'll have folks that are fishing at the harbor. You'll have folks that are, just coming in for the summer. You'll have entertainment because we have a direct view of that beautiful fireworks show. We always say that the city does it for us. So, every Wednesday and Saturday during the summer, just being able to sit there. It's also just one of the most calming spots for me personally. If I'm having a busy day or I only have a little time, I'm going to Montrose Harbor to sit and stare at that beautiful skyline for a moment.
Fun fact, Montrose Harbor used to have a star dock that was a heritage boat dock, so it was for all the old wooden boats, and we have an old wooden boat, and we got our sailboat out of Montrose Harbor.
See?
Yeah.
Now, surprising none of our viewers at home, I'm a big birder. I love birding. I love, that part of our city that we have wildlife right next to skyscrapers. Tell us a little bit about this.
Oh my gosh. So the Montrose Bird Sanctuary is an amazing opportunity to build a bridge between wildlife and city life, just like you said. It also gives them refuge, you all, because we do share this beautiful skyline with our bird friends. Monty and Rose, who you see in this photo, are basically the mascots of the 46th Ward. They have a love story. We're not gonna get to the ending because I don't want to.
Of course, too sad.
Right, too emotional for me too. But they basically are our bird neighbors that come in through the seasons. They take refuge in our bird sanctuary. We have people who come from all over the world to just come and look at nature and be one with our birds. So it's an amazing addition to the shoreline, and also just because again, we live in Chicago. You see this beautiful skyline behind us. We also want to become one with our nature and our habitats as well.
And being a dog owner and lover, is it still a dog
Yes,
beach?
we do have a section
Montrose
for our fur
was
babies.
like the only place you know.
Yeah, we made history. Montrose also has a dog beach. That was the first accessible dog beach in the city. And it really does, again, show the testimony of the 46th Ward, showing up for each other, showing up for everybody. Even if you have a tail to wag. We want to make sure that there's space for you, and we want to make sure that you're also getting access to this beautiful lakefront too.
Lovely.
So a lovely point to make, because and this goes back to the history of the ward, right? There was always an effort to preserve that lakefront for the use of the public. And we have this great image here of the Clarendon Municipal Bathing Beach. This is, 100 or so, 110 years ago. And I just want to read this beautiful quote from the 1916 Chicago Plan Commission about this beach, is that it was proof of the efforts to reclaim the lakefront for the people.
This is real, y'all. We just, the reason why we're all smiling so much is because we just ribbon cut Clarendon Park Fieldhouse from doing a major renovation. And so to see this photo and see how far we've come to preserve it is really just amazing for us as a community, as a city. This building still stands. You can go inside. It is fully ADA accessible now.
Awesome.
And it is just a gem in our community, not just as a bathhouse or as a park, but as a safe space. You know, they show up for our neighbors at every step of the way. So yeah, please come to Clarendon Park Fieldhouse and see this gem in the making. But we are super thankful to have it right on the lakefront too.
Tell us about some of your ideas for reimagining.
I know. So the lakefront is so awesome, you. I don't think that people realize how the depth of the lake, right? The lake really does wrap all the way around. And so I would love an opportunity. I know some of you may or may not be familiar with the Folded Map Project, which folds our beautiful city of Chicago just in half. And as far north as it goes, as far south as it goes, they will look at the differences in the communities. And I think that that's an opportunity that we can do here with our beaches too. Because we should be going to all of our beaches. You shouldn't just have one particular beach. That's the beauty of the city of Chicago. There's so many beaches, you all. And each one has its own character. Yep. Each one has its own vibe. And so I think that that's something that I really want to push for, is to make sure that people are getting out to our beaches more and experiencing them all up and down the lakefront.
I love that.
Thank you.
So, Alderwoman, we've got one more photo here to show you. This is another historic photo of Clarendon Beach. And, I mean, it's amazing to see that many people out on the water.
I know.
How often do we have, a crowd like that on the beach today?
I know, especially with everyone being in their phones. This is a no-phone photo right here, which really shows you that we really do love our beaches. And this lakefront gives you a snippet into the culture that people have been able to just curate at the beach. When you go to the beach, we are all one. We are all one. We look out for each other's things. We make sure that we play. There's so many communities that are there experiencing tennis and football, and just a beach day is a really big thing in the city of Chicago. And this photo really just shows you how many people appreciate it. In our neck of the woods, right? We pushed the lake. We pushed it back a little bit, and we still show up to it. So, and it also just shows you how diverse. I'm sure there's some photos, folks in here.
Let's bring this back up and show. I mean, maybe not that diverse.
Right. We are, which is really telling, because I really do appreciate being in this seat as the first person ever to look like myself and represent the community, to represent this ward. The diversity is what makes us so strong, you all. And so to come from a photo that maybe my family may have not been in, to be representing this ward and making sure that my baby is in every photo, is really special.
Of course, I mean, Chicago has a really difficult, long history with segregation on the beaches. The Chicago race riots started in the water on the beach. I think it's a great point to make. You know, Uptown is a very diverse neighborhood. The beach is a big part of that. That should be just as accessible as the CTA is to all Chicagoans.
Absolutely. And it's also just, it's our grounding space. No one is asking you questions about your income or about your history or about your nationality at the beach. We are just here to have a good time, enjoy this beautiful resource, and unwind. So,
now, of course, you may know if you check a calendar, it's January right now. Is there anything to do right now on the water?
Oh my gosh, don't step on it.
No.
I can tell you that. Do not step on that pancake ice.
No.
But I think that people still utilize it to jog, to take beautiful, brisk walks. I know, if you have a fur animal, they don't care. They want to be near the water. And even as a Chicagoan, we still want to drive near a beach. And
I always want to be near the water.
You just want to be near the water.
I need it.
Yeah, same.
Now, you may be familiar with the Great Lake Jumper, the guy who jumps at Montrose Harbor every day in the water, including this week when we've been down in the single degrees. What is it about Montrose Harbor? What is it about Uptown that brings out interesting Chicago
characters? Because we accept you here. We don't discriminate like that. We want to make sure that you have a safe space to be yourself. And also, it's pretty awesome that you get to be in a space that people don't look at you in a certain manner that's like, what are you doing here? We are still going to question, what are you doing? But we're going to say, do you need help? Is there...
Free to be.
Are you free to? Right. Okay. So I'm just thankful that they do it safely. Obviously, please no hypothermia. But it's also just awesome that we have that culture that people feel safe enough to do that in our neck of the woods.
So speaking of culture, Uptown is an amazing neighborhood in terms of nightlife, concerts, and not just because I moved there recently, but tell us a little bit about what else is there to do in the ward once you're done with your beach day.
When you are done with your beach day, you can walk down Montrose or Wilson or Lawrence and go into an amazing array of food. After a long beach day and you're tired, you need a recharge. We have cultures from all over the world ready to feed you. We have nightlife. So we have an entertainment district that is full of nightlife. Some of the best concerts happen at the Aragon Theater or the Riviera. We are bringing the Uptown Theater back online, so just give me a second, you all, okay? For those of you who don't know, the Uptown Theater is what I call the granddaddy of our ward. It's over 100 years old.
Yeah.
They have...
I've been to a few concerts.
See? Okay, look, Sari.
Back in the day.
Okay? Because everyone has history at this beautiful venue. And
the Green Mill.
And the Green Mill is iconic. It's on the corner of Lawrence and Broadway. And it is reported that Al Capone, you know, the gangster that is
A
always...
dream making waves guest.
that is always associated with Chicago, had tunnels that would lead from the Green Mill across the street to the Bridgeview Bank. We just had a beautiful new Red Line stop that was rebuilt, the Lawrence Red Line stop, fully accessible. It lets you out right in the mouth of the entertainment district. And then we just also have amazing libraries. We have amazing schools. We have some of the best schools on the face of the planet. So if you're looking to build a family, I welcome you into the 46th Ward. And last but not least, we do have some amazing dancers. We have amazing opportunities. We have an organization called Kumba Links, who is really rooted in making sure that neighbors share their stories through dance. So we have a ton.
Now, we've only got a couple of minutes left here today. Alderwoman, it's been a pleasure.
Yes.
And I guess our last question, I loved your point about, connecting the beaches in the city. You as an alderwoman of a ward, I've not done the math, but one of the wards with the most shoreline in the city. How do you approach your job differently from the inland alders?
Oh my gosh. I always tell people to put tape on your windows because it'll get drafty. That lakefront air. Okay.
For sure. Great in the summer, though.
Great in the summer.
Yeah.
Great in the summer. In the winter, it gives us an extra layer of skin to just toughen up. But I approach my job just very communally because I have had the opportunity to see what life is for a vast amount of folks, right? If you live on the lakefront, if you live a little inland, if you have a high income, if you have no income, I've been able to see people for themselves, and I just want to carry that into my work. I'm a helper by
That's real
nature.
obvious. It's real obvious.
I'm
You
a
just
mommy.
exude it.
I was going to say, when we asked the alderwoman how she would like to be addressed, alderperson, alderman, alderwoman, alder mama was one of the options we were given.
Yeah, alder mama all day. One of my biggest and bestest accomplishments ever is to be a mommy. And I think that without her, I would not be able to be in this role, to be prepared. Because it really is just service. It's how do I
She's
serve?
dynamite. She is
Thank you.
dynamite.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we've
Thank
met
you.
this future president, and she is
Thank
amazing.
you. And I'm really here as a neighbor. I don't have all the answers, but I'm here to work with you to get the answer that fits for all of us.
Well, Alderman Clay, it has been such a pleasure. Do you have any last things you'd like to say before I wrap us up?
Oh my gosh, Madeline, Sari! I am so proud of all of the work that you're doing. I'm so proud of the Maritime Museum. Please get out to see it. Please make sure that you are supporting this amazing organization. Please make sure that you are being safe on our lakefront.
Yes.
The water is not something to play in, and I hope that everybody takes beautiful water safety classes. And I'm just really
learns how to
appreciative.
swim.
Learn how to swim. Learn how to swim.
Yep.
We must. And I'm just appreciative to be in this space with good people.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
being.
you. Now, we have a special preview of our next episode. We've kind of gotten into it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, our next guest is going to be Erica Trejo from Sail Her Dreams. So you'll get to learn more about women in sailing.
And in the meantime, you can visit the Chicago Maritime Museum Tuesday through Sunday, 10 to 4, and our website is always open at chicagomaritimmuseum.org. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank
More
you.
than welcome. Thank you.